Hey guys, it's Phantom here, and welcome back to a brand new video, everyone, where in today's video I am pretty much going to be talking about the upcoming world of Lemuria in Wizard101 and the most recent trailer that KI actually put out concerning upcoming content. So yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna give my thoughts and opinions on the world and just what we know about it so far. So just right off the bat, I would like to point out something really interesting, and that is the fact that KI actually did release a trailer for this new world, which I don't think is something that they have ever done in the past. Like, we've gotten teaser images and like little teaser clips before, but never a full-on, full-fledged trailer. So that is pretty much what we have here today to pick apart, and it's really cool that they did this too, because it just gives us like even more hints as to what we're getting. And yeah, overall just really good for building hype, so I'm really glad they did something like that. Alright, so I have the trailer right here in front of me, the Lemuria RazorCon trailer that King's Isle obviously posted not too long ago. So yeah, this is it. I mean, this is the trailer. I have already seen it, so this is going to be less of a reaction video and more so kind of a little bit of an analysis with the trailer, with just like some of my own thoughts in here. So I mean, right off the bat here, immediately we see the world tree, obviously to signify going into a new world. So blah blah, you know, we go through the spiral door and all of that, and of course there is this Stallion Quartermain guy once again, who is probably gonna have some sort of role, you know, in our introduction to Lemuria, or sort of guiding us there. And as you can see also, he is right outside the cage in the Arcanum, the cage, or I guess the caged off room, right, that we haven't been able to enter for so long. I think it's finally time that we're actually going to enter it, and I mean, who knows what really lies beyond it. Could be like Lemuria, you know, that's probably a pretty safe bet, or it could be just something else entirely. It's probably going to be something about Lemuria, something related to Lemuria, or of course maybe like a spiral door to the world itself or something like that. But we're finally going to get to go in there, which is just super interesting. So obviously we see all that, you know, he says some stuff, and boom, this is pretty much the first look that we get of the actual world. And I was a little bit shocked actually when I saw this for the first time, because if you notice something about the area that is showcased right in front of me here, well, you'll see that it looks suspiciously like the floating land in Celestia. So, you know, I obviously saw that immediately, and you know, immediately kind of gleaned what this world was going to be about, and like the whole kind of theme and aesthetic behind it. And pretty much Lemuria, well, it's gonna be a world made up of a bunch of different worlds, basically a bunch of different worlds that we've actually already been to, and they kind of just like amalgamate to form the world of Lemuria. So it's definitely a really interesting concept, and one that I'm kind of still struggling to formulate an opinion on, just because I mean, let's just take a look at some of the areas here. So obviously we have the floating land, you know, it looks pretty nice and everything. They might have even used some like assets from Pirate, it looks like here. So yeah, they got a few of those. There is also, yeah, another part of the whole like kind of island sector of the world with the volcano. That part looks really cool. I really like that, obviously. And then let's see, yeah, World of Adventure, you know, it has a bunch of that kind of you know, generic trailer stuff. And then here's like the Azteca portion of the world. So, you know, obviously looks a lot like Azteca. I mean, some of the assets are just like exactly the same, maybe like a tiny bit more polished. So yeah, I think everyone's probably gonna have like differing thoughts and opinions on all of this, but let's just go through some more of them, you know, before I give you like my final thoughts. Here's kind of a sort of cool ranch. How do I describe this? It's kind of like a cool ranch Monquista with a little bit of like Mirage in there, kind of all combining to form like the desert region of Lemuria, or at least like, I don't know, this area of the desert region. So I think this all looks really cool. You see a T-Rex right there, right? There's more of the Azteca area. There's some strange temple in the background, which I have no idea about. Okay, and then this area also really intrigued me. So this is going to be the Avalon part of the world, or at least part of it, right, where it kind of looks like the Weird a little bit, right? Except you actually have a graveyard right here, and then leading up to a crypt. So I think this is definitely super interesting. I have no idea who that is or what that is over there. I don't know, there's some sort of like bird NPC it looks like, but yeah. Obviously leading up to this crypt right here, and then we get our, is that our first look at one of the new spells? I think so. We get like, yeah, the first look at one of the new spells. So obviously you got all of the old one spells, which is just super exciting. That is one part that I'm really happy about in the world, the fact that we're actually getting new spells, and also that they're spells of the old one. I mean, that's just like absolutely sick, you know. It kind of it's kind of, you know, related to like what they did with all the Bartleby spells and yeah, all the Scion spells. So basically they're themed after Bartleby, but these shadow spells, they're gonna be themed after the old ones, so they all look really, really cool. I guess we could just like keep watching here. And then yeah, here's another area in the world, our first like actual unique area with just different assets and everything. Might have even made use of some of the Hero 101 assets for this stuff. But we have Sky City or something like that, so this is basically where like the lemurs are, or at least some of the lemurs are in Sky City here. No idea what goes on here, but dude, like just taking a look at all of this, I mean, it doesn't even look like Wiz, you know? It just doesn't even, it's crazy. It really does look like a whole new game entirely, maybe besides like the art style of the NPCs. But yeah, so this is like one of the areas. It's just all super weird. I mean, it's super weird. My guess is that this might be a sort of like commons area. It could be for Lemuria, just because I know that Blaze said in his video that he didn't see like any sigils or like enemies walking around or anything in Sky City, which makes me think this might be, you know, one of like the common areas. And then there's also this spell, this old one spell. There's that old one spell. So you got the sword, which might be the balance spell. This checkers one, or the chess one, right? And then there's some more. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that's like showcased in the trailer, you know, in each, God, even in each individual second, like there's so much just flashing by, so much information to take in, but you got some more spells right there. Then you've got another part of, you know, kind of where the lemurs are. So this is more of a savanna area, so maybe a little bit more like Zafaria. I could see maybe a hint of Mirage in this art style as well, where you got some tribal lemurs walking around. It's very, very cool indeed. And then, yeah, some sort of hidden temple place. This looks like the death spell, the death old one spell. He's opening up a book. You got the death symbols coming out. This one might be honestly my favorite out of all of them. I really do like the look of this one a lot. Yeah, just how he's like reading the pages and all that. There's a lemur, you know, just doing a little jig in this temple place once again. So it seems like the lemurs are kind of just going to be placed, you know, throughout the world randomly and all of the different areas, which kind of makes sense because I think it's their home world. Another old one spell. This could be the life spell, I'm not sure. Another lab. Very, very interesting. You got the old one symbol up there as well. I mean, we already know, right, this guy is kind of going to tie into the whole thing. He's a big, big part of it, if you guys couldn't tell already. There's probably another spell. I mean, yeah, new content coming soon. So that's pretty much the whole trailer, though. I mean, like, yeah, I skipped through some of, like, the beginning parts, but you guys kind of got the basic gist of it, right? They're using the, this was a little questionable. They're using the polar bear assets for the Celestian section of the world, which is, I don't know. I have, like, mixed opinions on this whole kind of reusing assets to just, like, make new worlds and stuff like that. I feel like, I don't know, there's a part of me that says it's kind of a lack of originality, you know, and kind of just like outright laziness. And then there's another part of me that's like, well, this could really work, right? And this could be really, really cool if done properly and if tied into the storyline properly. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag on that one, but it is really interesting that they decided to do that. After giving it more thought, I've realized what it really comes down to, for me at least, pertaining to the look of the world and just kind of whether I like it or not. It's like, on one hand, right, sort of part twos, right, to all of the older worlds of the game, to, yeah, just all previous worlds of the game. Part twos to all of that has always been a concept that has been really interesting, intriguing, really cool to me, and it's almost like we're kind of getting that with this world. So I'm like kind of excited about that, to like almost revisit the worlds in a way and just kind of just do more shit there, right? Like I'm kind of excited to do that. And then on the other hand, I am also a bit disappointed because we're not actually going to be getting a world that has a unique theme and everything, right? It's kind of just the same stuff that we have seen before. But I really do think that people are going to have mixed thoughts about it. But I would say I kind of lie in the middle, you know, in terms of whether I am a big fan of it or not. But hey, who knows? They could tie it together in a really cool way. And this could be one of the greatest worlds ever. I'm not really sure, but definitely interested to explore it nonetheless. As for kind of the story of the world, I mean, we pretty much know next to nothing, right? Caramel, we kind of solved all of the individual plot lines within that world. But as for like the main overarching storyline, there is just so much that we don't know. The old one is still a very mysterious guy, and we're not really sure like what he's up to, if he is really himself or if he was himself after he fell through that portal, or is like being possessed by the nothing or something like that, or if they're like the same person, right? A lot of it's like really unclear. So going into this world, I really do not know what to expect in terms of storyline, and honestly, I'm like totally fine with that. I mean, KI, you know, they can work to surprise me however they want, but definitely excited to know more about the story and kind of where it's going and how probably the old one or the nothing, whatever you want to call him, is probably going to become more of a threat throughout time. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's really interesting because as for kind of the direction, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I have to literally take everything at face value because they just really haven't told us much else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video though, everyone. That's pretty much all we know about Lemuria so far. So anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, you could always leave a like or subscribe to the channel. It would immensely help me out, and I really would appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts, all of your thoughts on Lemuria down below in the comments, as I'm very eager to know any theories you have, just, yeah, any general opinions. Yeah, I'd like to hear them. So anyways though, I will see you all in the next video or stream, whenever that may be. So take care and peace out, guys.